is no denying that our Man of Steel happens to be the most recognized Kryptonian, but having said that, he is not the only Kryptonian that is out there. In today's episode, we will be exploring the anatomy of one of the strongest Kryptonians that we have ever seen existing in the DC universe, and by that, we most definitely don't mean Superman. So, we suggest that you stay till the end of this video to know all about the attention-grabbing details of this character, one that happens to be none other than the cold, blunt, and emotionless Eradicator. Are you ready? Well, let's dive right into our video then. Actually, before we get into our explanation, we do just have one very small request. If you enjoy our content, then please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is just a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thanks. Now, let's begin. Who is the Eradicator? Where did he come from? Say hello to the living incarnation of the Kryptonian culture, also known as the Eradicator, who was originally created to preserve their culture from getting corrupted by the alien influences. But after the Eradicator fell into the wrong hands of the cleric, he took the device and left Krypton. The cleric kept the Eradicator for 200,000 years, after which he crossed paths with Superman on the mobile planetoid Warworld. Now, the cleric had already seen visions of Superman's death at the hands of Mogul, and therefore he feared for Superman's life. No wonder he wanted to stop this from taking place, and resorted to using the Eradicator to escape Warworld along with Superman. The cleric eventually handed over the device to Superman, and it's fitting to say that the former passed away. On Earth, the Eradicator ended up causing a number of strange events, all in the hopes of transforming Earth into the new Krypton. This had Superman hurling the Eradicator into Antarctica, where it ended up altering the ice and building the Fortress of Solitude. Of course, Superman discovered the Eradicator's xenophobic origin, and add this to his plans of transforming Earth. However, the Eradicator was able to erase Superman's memory of the device when the latter attempted to interfere. It was Professor Emil Hamilton who was able to restore back Superman's memory, having previously examined the Eradicator. It was after Superman encountered a projection of his ancestor, Kal-El, inside the Phantom Zone that he realized that only the descendants of Kal-El will be able to control the Eradicator. In short, Superman was able to command the Eradicator to shut down, which the latter complied, of course.
So it really is you.
The radiant might of the Eradicator, solar energy absorption. Let's get one thing straight right away. The Eradicator is phenomenally powerful. His ability to absorb varying waves of energy, and for a variety of different purposes, happens to be the very foundation of his superpowers. Now, if one is to put further stress on this particularly beaming strength of the Eradicator, it is observed that his superpowers are pretty much reliant on the exposure of solar radiation, and not just from any, but the yellow sun star system. As we speak of his biological makeup, or should we say his genetic characteristics, it is mainly comprised of multiple organs that lack analogs in humans, but to be honest, we are not entirely sure of their functions. However, it is assumed that between the Eradicator's biocellular matrix and his organs, the yellow solar energy is accumulated to be used later. Unveiling the Eradicator's Cybernetic Awareness, a fusion of man and machine. Well, it is only fitting to say that after the Eradicator's altercation with Mr. Majestic, the former received a programming upgrade, one that made him more conscious of his surroundings. While it is true that we do not precisely know just how supreme the new hardware alteration is, we do know for a fact that the Eradicator has the ability to not only sense other beings, but also gateways from alternate dimensions. For instance, his Cybernetic Awareness has allowed him to feel the interdimensional plane, which is otherwise known as the Bleed. Wow, now that is clearly some cosmic level perception and comprehensions of the workings of the universe, am I right? The Eradicator's marvelous power, Mechokinesis Unleashed. Before we get talking about this particular power of the Eradicator, it is essential that we know what the term mechokinesis means. Also known as mechanical communication, this is the ability certain individuals possess to mentally be in control of devices such as computers, hardware, technological constructs, robots, and the like. Coming back to the Eradicator, you do realize that he is a sentient supercomputer at the end of the day, so that basically gives him unbounded cybernized interactive capability. In simpler words, the Eradicator has the power to be in command of the highly advanced crystal-based nanotech computers within the Fortress of Solitude, and to only add to this, any technology that has ever been made on Earth as well. The indomitable shield, Eradicator's invulnerability beyond comparison. When it comes to the term invulnerability, it usually describes the ability of a character to be able to withstand any level of physical damage. Speaking of the Eradicator's invulnerability, it literally goes parallel with him. Of course, the propensities have trucked over time, and by this, we specifically wish to allude to the times when he's flown into the sun, and then emerged without even a single scratch. Mind you, when we say the sun, we're basically referring to Krypton's red sun. Can he reproduce? As far as we've done our research, the Eradicator happens to be an artificial intelligence entity, or should we say his existence is more similar to a program that is designed for a specific purpose. So, he isn't exactly a biological being to begin with, and therefore, putting it in the simplest way possible, we say that he doesn't have the ability to reproduce, well, at least not in the truest biological sense. Also, so far anyway, we haven't really come across any information that refers to him having a wife or children for that matter. So, we'll stick with no, he cannot reproduce. Unleashing pure power, Eradicator's energy projection abilities. One of the primary things that sets the Eradicator apart from other Kryptonians is his ability to project energy. Having said that, the Eradicator in reality happens to be more comprised of pure living energy, which is the sole reason why he's in possession of such vast energy manipulation abilities. We are stressing on the Eradicator's power to absorb, convert, and release diverse forms of energy in the form of high-powered blasts from his eyes and his hands. Unstoppable might, Eradicator's superhuman strength unleashed. It is fair to say that the effects of our particularly yellow sun is usually seen to work in the favor of the Eradicator. The yellow solar radiation enhances him by giving him superhuman strength, and in turn, making him execute acts that one cannot even begin to think of. Don't believe us? Well, we just dare you to try and move a mountaintop like the way Eradicator does. Endurance beyond limits, unveiling Eradicator's superhuman stamina. Okay, first things first, we have never seen the Eradicator getting tired. This often makes us wonder, how is it that he's able to keep up with the incessant exhausting physical action, and that too for an indefinite period of time? Of course, we will be citing an example here. Let's not disregard the fact that he did try converting the yellow solar radiation directly to energy, and no way is this even humanly possible. How strong is Eradicator? The answer is pretty self-explanatory. How would you like to address someone that has the power to teleport Superman from Warlord to Earth? Someone who has the ability to manipulate molecular structures in order to create the Fortress of Solitude? Someone who can retrieve Kryptonian technology from the past? Someone who can manipulate cosmic amounts of energy so as to reshape planets and star systems? Someone who possesses psychic abilities that can influence even Superman as well as Matrix? You do realize that someone is very strong, and there's just no way that you can take that someone lightly. We all know that Eradicator's physiology is very similar to Superman's in particular. This naturally has him possessing similar powers in terms of strength, invulnerability, stamina, speed, and reflexes. Add to this his ability to generate hurricane force winds just by exhaling air from his lungs, his ultra-acute senses, enhanced vision, heat vision, and super hearing. The Eradicator is also exceedingly intelligent. The fact that he is basically a program from Krypton makes him quite the know-it-all about Krypton, and the ability to both compute as well as process information at an unbelievable speed. Marvelous verdict. Well, that's it for today, and with this, we finally come to the end of our video. So, do you fancy the Eradicator? If you do, what is it that you like most about this character? We would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed today's video, then please leave us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to stay tuned with us as we promise to come back with more exciting content. Until then, have a good one and be safe.